Yo, what's up? And welcome. You get all three today. So, I've been working on this. So, the next game is going to be an RPG. And as you can tell, it's heavily inspired on like SNES games, old school RPGs. It's going to be this top down roguelike RPG. But here's my conundrum, is my little issue. Is that this is kind of cool, you know, again, I'm not an artist. This is just me trial and error and working stuff out. But this kind of looks nice, right? This is some of the iterations. You can't see all of them because I deleted the sketches that I made at the start. But as it went on, it got shaped. Um, Here's the issue. Mana Knight was 16 by 16, and it was blocky characters, and it was a blast to work with because it's like, I need a platform. Done. I need a new enemy. Done. 16 by 16. It was easy to just open Piscal and doodle something. 32s by 32s are a nightmare. They take forever to make, they take forever to animate, but they do look nice, right? So this is my little issue. Is do I go with this? And this would look nice, right? So it looks kind of pixelated like this, but in the game it'll be sort of like that size, right? That that size, something like that. It looked nice, right? We have to make it a bit bigger if you want to make it mobile as well as PC, which I'm deciding against. I know there's a lot of people who like playing on mobile, so I'm probably still gonna make it mobile. But I don't know. I've seen some people playing on their mobile devices with weird features, and then it's like, oh, the game's hard to control. It's like, no, no wonder, right? Anyways, um, but yeah. So what's the alternative? The alternative is that scale it down to 16 by 16. I can make quick assets. I can make the game a lot quicker, which is still going to take a hell of a lot of time because it's going to be an RPG, right? And that has so many moving parts. It's going to be such a nightmare. But the assets will be quicker, right? So here's the alternative. I did make something else, right? To experiment. Let's go 16 by 16. So this is the alternative. 16 by 16 is a nightmare to work with, right? But it looks like something. It looks like a character. It actually looks kind of cool. I don't know. When I was done with it, I was like, this was like half of my day was doing this guy because it just kept looking lame because it's 16 by 16. It's so hard to make characters, at least for me, right? I'm not that talented. Um, but yeah, at the end it was like it works. It looks like a little character with a little armor, and this might work out. I'm still not convinced on the class, right? Because I don't want to make another knight. I keep making knights. Well, they're easier to make, I suppose, because the armor. But the other options is like, not really sure where to go. But so far, if let's just make another cool knight, right? Let's make it a magic knight, a magical knight. But yeah, this looks nice. And so this is my dilemma right now. Do I go with this 16 by 16 and I crank out assets left and right and just make the game? Or do I take my time and a lot of patience and a lot of effort? And do I make it a little nicer? Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Like making assets with this much detail is like some people might be watching this is like it's not that detailed. This is easy to make. Well, to me it's a nightmare. To me it takes forever. And I would know, right? Cuz I already have like an example here for you. This game. The main character from this game. I drew her myself, right? Uh, a lot of the assets in this game, they're just downloaded from itch, I think, and craft picks, stuff like that. But the main character, this is me, right? And I think this one's like 32 by 32 with a little extra. Like the proportions are a bit bigger, so I think I went like 48 by 48 or something like that, just to give myself the wiggle room. And it sucked. It was like every single day I would like chip away at it until I was happy with it. I mean, the game looks really cool, right? And the reason why I put in so much effort was because everything else looked so cool, right? All the other characters looked so cool. So my main character couldn't just be like a 16 by 16 little blocky thing, right? So I put in a bunch of effort getting this stuff to work. And the result was good. Jeez, you guys got a lot of health. Who programmed this? But yeah. But then she looks nice now. I like the way she looks. I even made it like the focal point every time you go into a menu. You can still see the character. There's plenty of cool stuff, right? But this took a lot of like the running animation. Like I had no idea about animations, right? So making the running animation, like look at that. It took me ages to get the right one, to not make it look like she was like just power walking and actually running like this. It took me forever and ever and a lot of trial and error. I mean, I learned and I know better now. But yeah, making a game that looks nice. I mean, I love that teleporting animation. With nice assets like this, it has a lot of caveats. Right. For one, the stuff that you make needs to be really good to match everything else. And secondly, if I need something, like if I want to pick this game up again, right? And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to add a new boss or a new asset or a new enemy, right? I would have to go and download something because this stuff I cannot draw. Like this is too high quality for me. These are like 128 by 128s, right? They're really nice. They're very fine details. So I can't just draw something and stick it on here, because it will look weird. But yeah. So that's what I've been working with. I mean, Man and I just finished, so I'm taking my time, right? I'm relaxing. I'm relaxing and just seeing what it is I want to do. Like, making the game in my mind first, right? Before I start, like, digging into GDevelop and start making systems or whatever. I'm playing it in my head first. I'm seeing what I want to do. But while I'm doing it, I'm creating some of the assets. And if I want my characters to look like this, oh boy. This is gonna be painful. I need to find myself like an artist, like a partner that just makes assets, like a graphical designer. Because this stuff is really time consuming. I mean, I'm so happy with it. It still looks a bit weird. Like, I think the chest might be a bit too big or a bit too crunched up, but it's kind of like you're looking from above at an angle, right? That was the hard part for me. It was like I was trying to figure it out, but at the end, it always looked like a platformer character because he was looking like in front when it's supposed to be like looking down a little bit, right? That was the hard part. And then I gave the little highlights on the corners and like these ones, and that just made it pop so much. And the reason I figured that one out, like you can see it, like the difference. Where is it? There we go. No highlights, highlights. No highlights, highlights. And the reason why there's highlights is because I had I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, but my mouse was sitting on the corner. It was like that, and it was sitting on the shoulder like that. And I was looking at it, and then my eye caught it, and I was like, "Oh, the white from the pencil on top of that." I was like, "Oh, white tips on the shoulders. That might look really cool." So I put in the white tips, and I was like, "This looks amazing. Let me put more highlights on everything." It looks really nice. Right? I even added one in the middle there, and it kind of looks like there's something keeping the cape together. So this looks nice. But now I'm gonna do some trials of animating this character. And if I can animate the character easy enough, I'll make it 32 by 32. If it takes me forever, then I'm just gonna go with the 16s by 16s. And hopefully that will work out. Because that will be more fun. If I can just crank out enemies and assets and stuff like that, it'll be so much nicer to work with. But yeah. Anyways, that was the devlog. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it. It's like going rogue, right? Because we're gonna make a roguelike. We're gonna make an RPG roguelike. Action, strategy, all that stuff. Right? And it's gonna be awesome. It might just be a pain to draw. And obviously this is not finished yet, right? It needs more highlights on the hair and stuff. But anyways, till then, till next time. I hope you're enjoying Mennonite. Check the link in the description. Check all that stuff. Consider subscribing. Leave a like. Do all that stuff. Right? Catch you guys on the next one. And until then, peace out.